California is known by many for three things: beaches, In-N-Out, and wine country. What people don't know is that California has been drought-stricken for the past 4 years, with rainfall being little and non-existent. It's hard to imagine a coastal state being drier than saltine crackers.
Over the course of 6 weeks, we've been going around and asking people for their thoughts on what's going on here in California drought. While many people refuse to participate in our survey taking, several people stepped up and gave their opinions and their responses about the drought and how we can conserve more water.
My showers are shorter. The drought, it has only affected me personally because I choose for it to affect me personally. Yeah.
Yard's pretty much dead. Can't water as much. Need to take shorter showers, otherwise it ends up costing more because metered water. Basically all over, you just try not to use as much because otherwise it's going to cost you.
Personally, for when I lived with my parents, we had to cut back a lot as far as showers. You're only allowed to take 5-minute showers. The lawns, you can tell with the lawn, it's all dried up and dead now.
It's made Mother Nature not look so pretty. The gold or brown grass, it's discouraging.
The drought has affected me personally through how much water I use or what I can and cannot do. I can't really have like water balloon fights over summer and all that because it's using too much water.
Honestly, the only way it's really affected my life is turning off my sprinklers and my yard dying. I guess the only, other than that, possibly spending more money for car washes, because I've been going to the actual places where you get your car washed that use recycled water versus washing it at home. Other than that though, I'll be honest, I still shower the same, wash our clothes the same, so.
Well, it affected my job. I didn't get to work in the state parks as long as I had wanted to, since the whitewater group was affected by the drought, simply because there wasn't enough water to release on the American River. So we didn't get to patrol the river as much as we usually do. It also affected me when, home-wise, landscaping. I wasn't able to water as much. Overall, it made an impact.
Yeah, I think it could have a positive effect, but not a sustaining effect.
Don't know too much about El Nino, but from what I've heard, it's supposed to be a whole lot of rain, and I mean, not having any has sucked, so hopefully getting some will be better. Just hopefully stuff isn't all clogged up and floods all the roads and brings out the retards. Make it difficult to just drive to work.
I'm actually looking forward to it because I don't necessarily think it's going to fix the drought, but we're going to get a lot more water. We're going to get it's going to help for sure. I don't know about fixing it, but it's going to help.
Well, I'm hoping we get El Nino to get us more water and snow, the snowpack to be better, but I don't know. It's going to make it harder for driving, I know that much.
I think hopefully El Nino will give more snow. It will allow the rivers and everything to be filled up more, the lakes and the reservoirs to be filled more also, and overall it just give California more water than to get us to the point to what we need.
I think it'll help ease it. End it? No. It's going to take a couple of years. The Folsom Reservoir, the one I'm most familiar with, was at historic lows. Bridges and old towns that had been underwater were surfaced And I mean, they're just not out of the water. They're miles from the water. So it's going to take, you know, a continued effort of all Californians conservation-wise, which we should do anyway. California has the world's biggest agricultural economy. We supply the United States, the country, with, you know, I don't know, a huge percentage of agriculture. It's going to take a concerted effort to water more smartly, maybe incorporate drip irrigation, limited flow toilets, limited flow shower heads. It's going to take a concerted effort, and I'm not sure that we're going to be able to do it. It's going to be people giving up a lot of conveniences, but we're going to have to do that.
I don't think so. Majority of our water comes from Folsom Lake, right? And I'm sure you guys have been out there. It's just a huge, like, wasteland now. So I think it's going to be, but see, I'm not a meteorologist either, though. So I just think it's going to be years before we can fully recover and get back to where we were before.
Well, taking shorter showers, only watering on those allotted days where it's, I think, like every other day, depending what the neighborhood is. I think it's like Tuesdays and then Thursdays and stuff, but I think ours are like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type thing. Overall, just not using the hose all that often, like clearing off the driveway, instead just using the push broom, and then just turning off the water, well, scrubbing the dish instead of just having it run, rinsing it till the end.
That with the showers, not watering the lawns as much as we used to be able to.
We make sure not to run water in the sink, and when we're brushing our teeth, it's turned off, of course. We use water bottles. We recycle the water bottles. So
I've saved water by taking time showers. I go, instead of going for like 3 or 4 songs or taking like a huge long shower just to relax, I'll take 2 songs, which will be like 6 to 8 minutes long of a shower.
I've been to Folsom Lake, and it's really sad. There's almost like no water in there, and we couldn't even take the boat out. It was, I don't know, it puts things into perspective how serious the drought really is.
I think the only thing I've done is went rafting down the American River this summer, and a lot of times we were like hitting rocks because there was no water.
Ouch.
That's what I was saying. Folsom Lake was a barren wasteland.
Let's see, I've passed by American River. That stuff's pretty low compared to what I've used to seeing. There's like over by all the dams, anyone you freaking go to, Folsom or Roseville, whatever, they're all like just rock beds essentially, because they don't want to bring any of it down through the gateways. So overall, just stuff looks a whole lot drier.
No, I haven't. I've seen it on the news and whatnot about how low it is. I go to the bay at least once a month, and you can tell that the water's lower. But other than that, I personally have not been to any of the lakes or reservoirs.
Well, I've seen Folsom Lake very, very, very low. I drive over the American River every day at sunrise, and it is very sad to see it so low that I've been around when they have had flooding of the walk bridge for the American River, and now to see it as looking like a little creek, it's very sad.
Yeah, I visited the American River over summer, and instead of it being a lot higher where you normally see like where the erosion's been more so in the past years, it was really low to the point where you could touch the bottom almost all the way in the middle of the river in certain spots.
Well, Folsom Lake, I worked there, and like I said in the previous question, it was at historic lows. I drove over to look at the old Salmon Falls Bridge, and it's miles from the lake. It's completely out of the water, where before it was underwater. Tahoe, from what I understand, is it also at historic lows. I know Hellhole Reservoir and French Meadows were drawn way down simply because that water has to go downstream through the Middle Fork through Folsom and on into the Delta. So they were at historic lows. It's going to be a long time getting back.
What you're doing.
I think also like paying attention to the people who it does really affect their livelihood, because for me it hasn't affected like how much money I can make or my food, but for some people it's their entire livelihood, and so what we do is important for them.
Well, fix sprinkler heads. I'm driving home late at night from work kind of stuff and see them sprouting like little geysers at random businesses and stuff. They just should check those during the day. Other than that, go to a car wash that recycles the water instead of doing it by hand and wasting a whole bunch in the driveway. Or even if you do that, washing the car on the grass, so that way the grass gets the extra water that rolls off your car. And just don't take 40-minute showers.
The showers, when you're, brushing your teeth, shaving, stuff like that, at the sink, when you turn on the water, wet the toothbrush, turn it off. We already have the law. We have the law for the watering right now, so that makes it a little easier to save water that way.
Making every wash load and or dishwasher load be full, so it utilizes to capacity rather than running and wasting extra.
I would say time your showers, don't waste water, use sprinklers for your lawn on days that you're directed to, and in the time span where the day is actually cooling down instead of heating up, so the water just doesn't get sucked out of the ground, so it has time overnight to cool and settle and be absorbed more so. It's really all I can say. Don't waste water.
Not be selfish. You know what? Your plants and your lawns will grow back. You can turn off your water. That saves a lot of water right there. And either, unfortunately, either don't wash your car or pony up a couple bucks to go to a place where you can, because that's really the main things we can do. I'll be honest, if people talked about the whole, like not flushing for certain things, but that's gross.
Well, I think the number one piece of advice that I can give to anybody, if we have this El Nino this year, if it's anything like the El Ninos in the past, it will fill the reservoirs. But that's not the point. We are a huge state population-wise. We use a huge amount of water, and we are going to have to change the way we use it. We're pumping the groundwater to, again, I know it's an overused phrase, but historic lows, and that's not going to recover in the foreseeable future. If the state of Israel could make a desert bloom by using drip irrigation, misters, and changing their water usage habits, so can we. And these are the things we're going to have to incorporate.